What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It is your boy, Octagon Jordan, here to discuss Magomed Ankalaev. Now, it appears that this individual is the talk of the town right now. Who would have thunk it? Who would have fucking thought that Magomed Ankalaev would be one of the hottest topics in MMA coming out of UFC 308 Abu Dhabi? I mean, it's unbelievable. We have all the hardcore MMA YouTubers up in arms, distraught, making videos, dissecting John McCarthy's take, dissecting Dana White's takes, what Alex Poatan Pereira is saying, how he's ducking Magomed Ankalaev. Ankalaev is just completely undisputed number one contender, cannot be denied. Well, I wanted to dive into it a little bit. Let's look at Magomed Ankalaev's record. Let's look at the light heavyweight rankings. Let's see what people are saying, and let's figure this shit the fuck out. It's not rocket science here, boys. This ain't rocket science. Don't get your panties in a bunch. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Jake Gerber. I'm looking at you, MMA Joey. The Muslim lover, MMA Joey. Ooh. Okay, we all know, buddy. Big Dagestani community out there. You're trying to get those followers. Hey, power to you. Whatever. Let's take a look at some things that people are saying about Magomed Ankalaev. Okay, so here's a couple of the recent news articles. Let me make sure my shit's correct here. I think everything's working properly. Yeah, okay. So look at this. Alex Pereira remains silent on Magomed Ankalaev sending another threatening tweet. Bloody elbow. So Alex Pereira, he's gone on, Ariel Helwani's show. He's done different interviews talking about, Ankalaev, I'm not going to fight him. He's been talking too much shit. He doesn't have a following. Now, do I think Alex Pereira is scared of Magomed Ankalaev? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think it's a strategic play by Alex Pereira. I think he knows that it is one of the harder matchups at light heavyweight, one of his most difficult matchups. Not that he's scared of it. I'm sure he believes that he can win the matchup, but, on paper, it's his hardest matchup. So that's one thing. Another thing is Magomed Ankalaev is not very popular when it comes to casual fans. Now, it might be different in Russia, might be different with the Dagestani community. I'm sure he has a large following of the Dagestanis out there that love, bedhead, because Magomed Ankalaev is notorious for having some floppy bedhead whenever he fights out there. Watch his next fight, just poking up in the back like he just woke up from a nap. Guy's a beast. But it's not going to be the biggest pay-per-view in the world. He's not going to get a lot of pay-per-view points. It's not going to be like the Israel Adesanya matchups. It's not going to be like the Adesanya trilogy. It's not going to be like, the Yuri Prochazka matchups. It's not going to even compare to a John Jones matchup or a Tom Aspinall matchup. So you're looking at it from that point of view. Another thing is, I think Pereira's looking for super fights at this point. I think he's looking for, like I just mentioned, a John Jones, or maybe to move up to heavyweight, fight a Sergey Pavlovich, fight Tom Aspinall potentially. He's looking for super fights. He's 37 years of age. He just got a free title defense against Khalil Roundtree. Now, that was a tough matchup, so technically it wasn't free, but it was a hand-picked opponent. A hand-picked opponent, okay? Jamal Hill, Magomed Ankalaev, pretty boring win at UFC 308. Wow, man, Jamal Hill's just been yawning his tits off at every card. How did he yawn again? Jamal Hill just doesn't find UFC entertaining, I guess. Maybe UFC should stop giving him some fucking tickets because he's talking a lot of shit on the product. Just saying, Jamal Hill, fall in line, you little bitch. But it wasn't boring. Well, it was boring, but it was boring because of Rakic. Rakic, like in my breakdown, he's a boring fighter. He has no power in his hands. His boxing's mediocre. He's good at kicking, kind of. I mean, he doesn't really set him up that well. He's got a lot of power. The high kick's really powerful, really impactful. You can hear it smack the opponent's guard. Oh, cool. Craziness. But Rakic isn't dangerous anywhere. He's boring as shit. Well, look at Rakic's record. Decision. Thiago Santos, decision. Jan Blachowicz, decision before he got hurt. Magomed Ankalaev, decision. Yuri Prochazka would have been decision if Yuri wasn't so goddamn exciting. So I put that on Rakic. He ran the whole time. He used the Israel Adesanya style, but he didn't do anything flashy. He didn't do anything. He was trying to utilize the Merab Dvalishvili, Mario Batista technique in the third round, hold Magomedov against the fence. I guess he thought that he was winning or some shit. Alexander Rakic, officially the dumbest fighter on the roster, and his team. They should be cut. Cut Rakic. I'm sick of Rakic. He's got all this hype. He puts up pictures of his back looking like a fucking T-Rex out there, looking like fucking Godzilla, and then he absolutely shits the bed, poops the bed. Instead of blood on the octagon, there was shit wiped all over the octagon. Not Ankalaev's fault. Ankalaev's pretty goddamn exciting. Front kick against Dolce Lungiambula. Okay? Destroyed Ion Cutelaba twice. Okay? Murdered Johnny Walker. Killed Johnny Walker. Had a great fight with Jan Blachowicz, I thought. Dana White thought it was boring. I enjoyed it. UFC star teases Alex Pereira, whatever, that's not Ankalaev. Ankalaev thinks the UFC is protecting light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira, which they are. They also hate Magomed Ankalaev for whatever reason. So there's a lot of different things going on right now, is what I'm trying to get at. Here's Magomed Ankalaev's record. Let's take a look. So he's 21-1. He has one professional loss against Paul Craig in a fight that he was absolutely dominating. Would have been 30-26. Paul Craig throws the Hail Mary, the Jaden Daniels, Washington Commanders Hail Mary, and it gets answered. The prayers are answered, Paul Craig. Now you're paying for it, Paul Craig. Now you got to return those favors and eat 7 straight L's, Paul Craig. Here's your boy Bo Nickel to smash you next. It's time for you to retire. But hey, Paul Craig, feather in his cap. When he's 60 years old, 70 years old, he can pull up Magomed Ankalaev, show his kid this guy's record, and it's a feather in Paul Craig's cap. But other than that, Magomed Ankalaev's running through everybody. Alexander Rakic, you got destroyed, buddy. 30-27, you made it boring as balls. Johnny Walker, right uppercut, destroyed Johnny Walker's nose, sent it into the stratosphere. Johnny Walker's girlfriend started looking for somebody new after that. She was ringside like, oh, God. Who? Dominic Reyes anywhere? Khalil Roundtree, how's his nose looking? You know? Jan Blachowicz, I thought it was a decent fight. I thought Ankalaev won that fight. I honestly did. You know, I could see the split decision, the split draw as well, but I thought Ankalaev looked better. Jan Blachowicz had leg kicks. That's pretty much it. Ankalaev had the better hands, the better wrestling, the better grappling, the better ground and pound, the better damage. Blachowicz had leg kicks. Anthony Smith stops Anthony Smith. Everyone's favorite fighter, Anthony Smith. Stops him. Johnny Walker couldn't stop Anthony Smith. Rakic, I don't believe, stopped Anthony Smith. You know? Thiago Santos. Okay, that one was boring, but every one of Thiago Santos' fights was boring to end his UFC career. That's not Ankalaev's fault. Santos had a boring fight with Walker decision, a boring fight with Rakic decision, a boring fight with Ankalaev decision, a boring fight with Jamal Hill up until the stoppage, a boring fight with Yoel Romero right after that, a terrible fight with Rob Wilkinson, an awful fight with Glover Teixeira where he gassed out. So that's on Thiago Santos as far as I'm concerned. Volkan Oezdemir, that's a great win. Oezdemir's on a streak right now. Oezdemir's ranked number 6. Oezdemir's, has momentum. Great win. Nikita Krylov, ranked number 5. Undefeated in his last 6. He's fighting in a potential contenders fight, Nikita Krylov. Ion Cutelaba got destroyed. First round. Dolce Lungiambula, destroyed. Cutelaba again, destroyed. Marcin Prachnio, head kick round 1. Eat shit, Marcin Prachnio. Fuck you. Punches. Habib Nurmagomedov couldn't even sniff this. 3 wins by punches in a row. Habib Nurmagomedov couldn't even fucking sniff this. Couldn't even smell it. Can you smell what Magomed is cooking, baby? Prachnio, eat shit. Dolce, you're gone. Cutelaba twice. Krylov, contender. Volkan, top 5, top 10, top 6 contender. Thiago Santos fought for the belt. Anthony Smith fought for the belt. Former champion Jan Blachowicz. Johnny Walker, the next big thing. Alexander Rakic, top 5 opponent. Magomed Ankalaev is the beast. He's the boy. Okay? Now let's look at the rankings. Before we do that, let me move my fucking, shite over here. Let me move the shite. Yeah. Okay. So obviously we have Alex Poatan Pereira at champion. Magomed Ankalaev number 1. Magomed Ankalaev number 1. Below that, we got Yuri Prochazka. Already lost to Alex Pereira twice. He's not getting a shot. Jamal Hill got a gifted title shot against a 43-year-old Glover Teixeira when he was ranked number 7. Beat Glover Teixeira, and since then he's got knocked out by Alex Pereira. He's not going to get another shot without beating Yuri Prochazka. I want to see Prochazka, Jamal Hill. Easy. Jan Blachowicz, you're not getting the rematch, buddy. You're coming off a long layoff. You're coming off losses. Nobody wants to see it. Sorry, Jan Blachowicz. Alexander Rakic, you should be cut. You suck. Nikita Krylov, okay. He kind of has a case for it, but he's been inactive for the last year and a half. Magomed Ankalaev's already fought twice this year, wants to fight again. Not injured at all. 0 damage taken. Hold on, I got to drink some brew. 1 second. Khalil Roundtree just fought for the belt. Volkan Oezdemir already fought DC for the belt. Has a loss to Magomed Ankalaev. Has a loss to a bunch of people up here. Johnny Walker. Yeah, fucking right. Carlos Olberg is the only person that might have a chance. I think he's matched up against Volkan Oezdemir. I'm pretty sure. Olberg versus Oezdemir. If he beats Oezdemir, I could see them bumping him up to number 7. Bumping Khalil Roundtree back down to number 8. Putting Carlos Olberg at number 7. You know the UFC likes a strikers matchup for Alex Pereira. They like a young, good-looking, individual that they can promote alongside Alex Pereira. Carlos Olberg has the Australian market, the New Zealand market. He trains with Adesanya. I could see them doing the old bait and switch with Carlos Olberg. That's the only guy I could really see fucking Ankalaev over here. But I can't imagine them giving a second title shot in a row to someone ranked number 7 and below. Because there's no way Olberg with a win over Volkan Oezdemir is gonna bump up to 6 or 5. So I'm not sure. Azamat Murzakanov, that guy's coming on. That guy's a beast. He's fighting Nikita Krylov. If he beats Krylov, he'll be number 6. He's a striker. I could potentially see Azamat Murzakanov jumping above Magomed Ankalaev. Because the UFC doesn't fucking like Ankalaev. He talked shit after his draw against Jan Blachowicz. He talked shit on the mic. Yeah, it might have been interpreter error, translator error. But he said, give me my belt now. This organization is all fucked. I not want to fight here anymore. I'm going to fight in a different organization that actually respects when I win my fight and gives me my belt. Or some shit like that, and Dana didn't fuck with it. You put up a boring-ass fight, and then you're going to talk shit on the UFC after? Stupid. Anthony Smith's fighting Dominic Reyes, loser leaves town matchup. They're not in the equation. These two guys are not in the equation. So Azamat Murzakanov, Carlos Olberg with some big wins, maybe. But again, they're only going to jump up to number 7, number 6. They're not going to jump up here or even be even close. So Magomed Ankalaev is the clear number 1 contender, the clear next man up, the hardest matchup for Alex Pereira. I do not think Alex Pereira is scared of him. I do think that Alex Pereira realizes that that's his hardest matchup, and also the matchup he's not going to make the most money because Ankalaev's not that popular with casual fans. Obviously, all of us hardcore fans know who Ankalaev is, Mr. Bedhead himself. So what's going to happen next? What's my prediction? I'll predict that Magomed Ankalaev will eventually get another title shot, but I don't think it's going to be the next fight for Alex Pereira. I think Alex Pereira is going to get a super fight of some sort. I think he's going to move up to heavyweight potentially. I'm not sure if he's going to get a title shot right off rip. Maybe put him in there with a Sergey Pavlovich. I know he's a champion, a 3-time, 4-time defending champion, 2-weight class world champion. You might be saying to yourself, oh, he doesn't have to fight a contender at heavyweight. But a matchup with Sergey Pavlovich makes more money than a matchup with Magomed Ankalaev, in my opinion. I'm not sure about the Dagestani community, the Dagestani audience. Not sure how many of them are dishing out 80 bones a pay-per-view. The Tom Aspinall matchup. What happens if John Jones and Stipe Miocic, Joe Biden, Miocic? What if John Jones and Joe Biden both retire? Then what? What's going to happen? Tom Aspinall's already on record that the UFC has crazy plans either way. If both guys retire, if one guy retires, if this guy wins, if that guy wins, there's crazy plans. Tom Aspinall's amped up. He's juiced up. What do you think those plans are? I highly doubt it's Cyril Gane. I highly doubt it's Sergey Pavlovich. I highly doubt it's Volkov. I highly doubt it's Jailton Almeida. If Jones and Stipe, a.k.a. Joe Biden, both retire, they're going to book Tom Aspinall versus Alex Pereira. Book it. Write it down. Take a picture. Your boy Octagon Jordan told you first. Okay? I told you first. That's what's going to happen. They're probably figuring Alex Pereira is about to turn 38 years old. Even if he loses to Tom Aspinall, he'll still have his light heavyweight championship. He could still fight Magomed Ankalaev after that. If he loses, he's 38 years old. Whatever. There's not much time left. We might as well cash in on a huge heavyweight matchup. Promote this as, oh my God, the first guy to try to get 3 weight class world championships against the 2-time defending interim world champion that everyone thinks is the best in the world that can beat John Jones. This is a crazy matchup. That would get so much fucking money. Just for the name value alone of Alex Pereira and Tom Aspinall. And then you got the storylines, the 3-division world the 3-division world champion in Alex Pereira, the 2-time defending interim champion in Tom Aspinall, the old guard Alex Pereira, 38 years old, against 31-year-old Tom Aspinall. And there's minimal risk for Alex Pereira. It's all reward, no risk. If he wins, he gets to be proclaimed as the best combat athlete of all time. Sorry, Henry Cejudo. Goodbye. Good. See ya. Good riddance. If he loses, he still has his belt. He can fight fucking Magomed Ankalaev. Whatever. Who cares? He doesn't give a fuck about Magomed Ankalaev. Either does the UFC. I'm sure their preference would be to get Magomed Ankalaev the fuck off the roster, which I would hate because I want to see the matchup. Me personally, I want to see Ankalaev versus Pereira next before Pereira moves up to heavyweight. That's what I want to see. I think Pereira has unfinished business at light heavyweight. I think he needs to fight Magomed Ankalaev, his toughest matchup, someone who will grapple, someone who has wrestling skills, but someone who will also strike. We just saw that in the Rakic matchup. I think if he gets through Magomed Ankalaev, he can do whatever he wants. He can go down to middleweight, fight Dricus. He can go up to heavyweight, fight Tom. He can go up to heavyweight, fight John Jones. He could fight Israel Adesanya. He needs to fight Magomed Ankalaev, in my educated Octagon Jordan opinion. And that's just that. Jamal Hill, go fuck yourself. Go get KO'd by Yuri Prohashka. Jan Blachowicz, you need to retire. Alexander Rakic, get cut. Krylov, a couple more wins. Okay? It's simple. It's simple. That's what I think. That's what I see happening. I want Alex Pereira to fight Magomed Ankalaev. That's what I want. That's what we need before he moves up, before he moves down, before he goes for triple weight division champion. That's what we need. What I think is going to happen, he's going to get a money fight before he fights Ankalaev at heavyweight. If he wins, he's the best guy ever, 3-division world champion. Oh, my God. I'm busting loads all over the fucking wall. If he loses, then okay. I'll go back down. I'll fight the Ankalaev matchup. What? I twist my arm, why don't you? So, it is what it is. Like and subscribe. It's your boy. We're coming with the heat all week, baby. Let's go!